All right. Well, speaking of bald beauties, or fuzzy beauties, we'll call it right now. I'm going to read this because I actually wrote this the other day. I don't want to fuck it up. So I'm using my notes. I just might need reading glasses. I hit 43 and all of a sudden I needed reading glasses. Anyone else? I'd like to introduce you to the real star of the show. I drank enough bourbon so I wouldn't cry. Yes, I realize that Bear, Webb, and Poppy Champlin are in the house, but my favorite funny lady has never hit the comedy stage before. Today she will make her debut performance without any prior experience, so go light on her. And for good reason. Life is fucking short. And she knows that truth all too well. Nearly a year ago, my dear friend Jeanette Oakland found out that she had cancer in her brain. She was only given a few weeks to live. Fortunately, due to the advocacy of Robin and Tracy with Libby's Legacy Breast Cancer Foundation, an incredible mindset, brilliant doctors, and a dark and twisted sense of humor, which is why we're here. Jeanette is still here to talk about her fight. And tonight, she will make one of her bucket list items come true. And I am honored to provide that space for it, to do a stand-up comedy show so she can make fun of death. Jeanette has literally been dying to make you laugh. Without further ado, please welcome to the stage one of my dear friends, Jeanette. Put your mouth on it, Jeanette. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Here I am. I have to, I gotta thank Rachel and Poppy and Bear for supporting me, my wife, all you guys. But I really have to thank terminal cancer for putting me out here. It has inspired me to just give away all dignity and do whatever the hell I want. I got so many wonderful messages about how brave I am for doing this or how crazy I am for doing it. And I really think that you guys took all the risks because you paid money to be here. This is just wonderful. So, I've been at this cancer stuff for about 10 years. And as a matter of fact, this month, it was 10 years ago that I had my mastectomy. And I gave up those factory-provided stock options for an upgrade. And it's not even fair to say these are an upgrade. It could be a downgrade. It just, if you're into perkiness, it was an upgrade. If you're into size, it was a downgrade.
Yeah.
Who here knew me before I lost them? My high school folks are your people. They were huge. They were a little ridiculous on my 5'1.5" frame. But they were so big that when they left, they got their own obituary and their own memorial service. I'm serious, some of you guys were here for that, right? So, cancer right now is so prolific. Not only 1 in 8 women get breast cancer, but 1 out of 2 of us will deal with a cancer ourselves. That's wild. Google it. I didn't believe it, but Google knew. And, 1 out of 2 people, that's 50%. That's like the divorce rate.
Which means, you know where I fell on that equation. So the safest place to be is right next to me, guys. I'll take it for the team. But not only is cancer just so prolific, it's becoming competitive for us cancer people. I just can't go around flashing a cancer card anymore when I need a favor or to get to the front of the line. Because they're like, big deal, I got skin cancer. So, now what we have to do is we have to rank it for prioritization. So what we're going to do is we're going to issue everybody American Express cards. You get stage 1 cancer, we're going to give you that green card. You know, it's still an American Express at entry level. Good. You show up with stage 2, we're going to give you that blue card with member benefits. Stage 3, you're going to get that gold card you start flashing around. Stage 4, platinum. Platinum, and you guys. But anyway, yeah, that stage 4 platinum card. It's nice. It's heavy. I can flash it. It's all good, right? So I hit stage 4 a while ago, and it was tolerable. I was working through it. But New Year's Eve this year, Linda and I are running around the house getting ready for a dinner party at our house. We got a prime rib in the oven, got champagne in the refrigerator, and my phone rings, and it's my doctor. And I'm thinking, he is a nice guy. He is. And he calls me on New Year's Eve when the office is closed, and I'm thinking, he's going to tell me about my MRI so I don't have to worry about it all the holiday weekend. I had an MRI of my brain. I just had this little twitch in my eye for like 20 seconds, and I mentioned it kind of casually. He said, let's take a look. But anyways, calls me up and he says, hey Jeanette, I want to let you know about your MRI results. I said, oh, thanks, Dr. R. And he goes, unfortunately, it's spread to your brain. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm a bit of an empath, and I don't like that dead silence in phones, so I start babbling. So I'm like, oh, it's okay, Dr. R. You always said brain tumors might be an issue. I'm sorry. I feel bad he has to call me. And he said, oh, I wish it was that good news. All right, in what scenario is the brain tumor the good news? He says, no, you've got something called leptomeningeal disease. I never heard of that. Did you? And first of all, why are they calling it a disease? It's cancer. And he said, well, what that means is the cancer has not gone to your brain, it's gone to your spinal fluid. So it's rushing around your brain and going down in your spine. I'm like, oh shit, okay. What do we do to treat that? He says, well, if you choose to treat it, which I hear, oh, this is going to be rough if I choose. He says, we can get you, survival rates are typically 4 to 5 years. No, months. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, that's okay. What next? What if I don't have treatment? 4 to 6 weeks. Shit. Okay, here we go. Now, when you've been dealing with cancer as long as I have and Linda has, it becomes a little less emotional. You really try to attack it more practically, And when Linda had been at the store and came home, I sat her down and I go, we gotta talk. And I told her what happened, and we kind of held hands and wiped a few tears. And she goes, oh, sweetie, should I cancel the dinner party? I'm like, fuck no, we spent $70 on that prime rib. We're going. And we did. He's a sweetheart. And I was. So anyways, pretty serious news. And so within a couple days, they rushed me off to the neuro-oncologist. Now that's a neurologist who's also an oncologist. That's a smart guy. And Linda and I go, and we take Robin with us as our patient advocate. And we get into the waiting room, and there's some very sick people there, right? All kinds of things going on. And in typical fashion, we're being just a little irreverent. It's dark humor, it's inappropriate, conversations, offending everybody around us. And so then we, get to the back, and you have to see the nurse and the fellow and the doctor, and they're all going to ask you the same questions over and over again. So the nurse does her intake, and she says, "Now I see you've had breast cancer in 2013. Where is it now?" To which I answer, "I'm assuming it's one of those little red bags with a biohazard sticker on it that's in your hospital somewhere. You'll have to tell me." So then we meet with the doctor, and this leptomeningeal disease that I have will manifest itself neurologically. Could look like a stroke for me. One day I show up at the house, I just piss my pants, I don't know what's going to happen. Or it could look like ALS. It gets really ugly. So he wants to examine me for my neurological status. And it's nothing more than a freaking DUI test. I did. I had to stand on one leg, I had to close my eyes, I had to do this number. And I did fine. And then he asked me, say the alphabet backwards. Fuck. I can't do that on a good day. I got through it. Determined, and I'm so convinced now that there has been people charged with DUI that didn't really need it. They just couldn't say it backwards. So by the end of that exam, what we came out with was a huge sense of urgency. All right, this cancer is like eating your brain. We got to move fast. We got to find out what's going. We're going to get you another stat MRI. We're going to get one of your spine. And we're going to get you a lumbar puncture. Go out and see the ladies at the desk. We go see the ladies at the desk. This very serious woman is at the desk. And what she says is, "Checking out." So, not for a few months, I hope. And off we went. But then she offered me my stat MRI and test in 9 weeks. And unless he's ordering like a post-mortem study, that ain't gonna happen. So apparently I'm babbling too long because they're pulling me off the stage. Mount Dora a little bit. Mount Dora is the most wonderful town who rallied around me within minutes of hearing my situation. And let me tell you, minutes in Mount Dora, that's all it takes to hear something. There are some artists in town, and they organized to paint daisies everywhere for me because that's my symbol. It was up on the businesses. They had me moving, going on daisy walks. They planted an oak tree for me. The news came in and everything about this poor dying woman that's going to be dead in 3 months. And it was so touching. And all of a sudden I was in Macy's front window. Everybody's watching every move I made. So then, about June, I'm
I'm getting some kind of suspicious side eye. And you're like, and I just know there's people going, is she gonna die? Already? Look at her, she looks good. Meaning, I'm still chubby and I'm not yellow. And now wait, I feel guilty, so I started apologizing to people. I did, I wrote thank you notes to the businesses telling me you can take on the basis. And I had to send a formal retraction statement to the news. You gotta admit, for some weird reason, cancer does look good on me, doesn't it? Some of this stuff has been rough for those guys. I've tolerated a lot of it very well, but there was some treatment that was just complete bullshit. Oh my God, it was horrible. I've never been so sick in my life. It was like Lucifer himself crawled up my asshole and raked his little pitchfork up and down 12 feet of my colon. Then started packing it with brimstone and fire. And then it would shoot out 14 times a day at a velocity that you would not ever understand. And all I had to do was blink my eyes to trigger it. So my wife, Linda, by the way, if there is ever a zombie invasion or an apocalypse, call my wife. She's amazing. She's cleaning out that incontinence aisle. And it's got tux and ointments and pads and diapers. And then she runs over to Lowe's and gets those leaf and lawn bags to put ice in. Politely tells me I'm not allowed to sit on the couch. And then they come in, and then she has Imodium, anti-diarrheal. That's what they told me to take. Big fucking deal. So she brings me the Imodium. I don't know if you've ever tried to open a package of Imodium. They are packaged in tamper-proof, precious things. Like they're so... I can get Schedule II narcotics in easy open family size. But Imodium, oh no. And I'm literally sitting on the toilet shaking, trying to open up my Imodium, and it won't open. So I think, scissors. I don't know what kind of scissors you guys keep in your bathroom, but I got those stupid fucking, like, Q-tip. And it won't open, so I start poking it in the back of the tamper-resistant paper. Linda comes in with 10 snips. I'll get that. And by the time we get that open on the counter, it's nothing but a pile of dust. I'm like, I got this. All right, last thing I want to say about Mount Dora. As much as we love Mount Dora, it has a definite parking problem. So I want to take advantage of my situation a little bit, went to the DMV and got one of those blue placards. Handicap, not that there's that many handicap spots. But anyways, I pull into a handicap spot. There's another woman pulling into the handicap spot. And now we've got a Mexican standoff. But she's got a look in her eyes like she came out of the roller derbies. And she digs in her purse, and she rolls down the window, and she flashes me her gold card. To which I take my hat off, and she goes, oh my gosh, are you a platinum card? I said, and I said, no bitch, I got the black card now.